X gon' give it to ya.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with prototype X-8. This robot octopus gets discounted based on a number of creatures in your graveyard. And whenever you cast a creature, it duplicates that creature, destroying the original and creating a robot clone. This doubles up your enter the battlefield abilities and on death abilities. And the more you can fill up your graveyard, the less prototype X-8 costs, costing as little as 2 mana, setting yourself up for some sweet doubled up abilities, many of which can attack your opponent's creatures or the cards in their hand, bounce their permanents back into their hand or somewhere else into their deck, or take them for yourself. Prototype X-8 is doing a hybrid Dimir Blink, Dimir Sacrifice build, and it's also going to be doing some interesting interactions with other versions of casts. Whether you're warping a card or maybe casting something for a discounted cost like an evoke on an elemental, you will be creating a duplicate that sticks around. It doesn't matter if you're casting it for an alternate cost because the original is destroyed and you get the fake real one in play instead. So let's take prototype X-8 into the queue and make a duplicate of our creatures. Sarkhan Unbroken. I have run into this as a Super Friends commander, even though I feel like he's supposed to be a Dragons commander, with like a combo win on this little Dragon Storm here. Yeah, Sarkhan's he could be anything. All I know for sure is that he is in Teamer colors, and I'm going to mill myself. Somebody's saying, is this before he went crazy and ate a dragon heart? It's when he was still the mad, but he wasn't that the mad. Sarkhan's always been kind of crazy. What did I mill? Wow, I hit 3 creatures? Thank you, Citrus Supplier. You're a hero. What if it's Sarkhan vehicles? My god, we can only hope. Creature that mills, non-creatures that mill. I'll go for Mr. Buttles. Buttle me some cards in my graveyard. It's when he went through the timey-wimey carcass thingy? Yeah, that sounds right. Yay! I milled 2 more creatures! Azure Scale. They're probably grabbing a land. Stopping things from being countered, okay. I'll try to get my commander out. Hopefully this doesn't get mana drained. Okay, remanded, that's fine. Mana drain is really troublesome for prototype X-8 because it is an 8 mana value commander, even though, like, I can cast it. This is the earliest I've ever been able to bring it out. I think it's probably the earliest you could. But yeah. I'll swing in with these. If one of them dies, then I could prototype and then something else. It's like I want to use my mana more efficiently. But also, I want to play my commander. There it is. An 8/8 worth fearing. Sarkhan Unbroken is now in play. And they are drawing and getting a mana. Blue mana. Oh, and here I thought you were going to turn him into a businessman. I'm going to grab my shock land. Venture the Atsushi back into their hand, and since I have 5 power, kill Sarkhan. Fanatic Aronis currently only taps for 1 mana, but can easily tap for 4 next turn. Orb. Does it land? It does land! Oh, yay! I'll swing it with all these. Baleful Strix. I counter it. Prototype X-8 doesn't mind that so much. And then Ripples of Undeath. I'm just getting every single mill piece out. You mill, I mill, we all mill for the thrill. What is this land? Valakut Stoneforge. Oh, the back of Valakut Awakening. Who's in the graveyard? Gnawbone, Dracosaur, Ancient Copper Dragon. It's an actual Dragons deck, at least. And the dragon that I think I probably want to see go into the graveyard the most is Terror of the Peaks, because it can very easily do some combo business. All right. I will mill myself. Come on, critters. Okay. Prototype X-8. Undead Butler ×2. Lets me bring a creature back. And who am I grabbing? Ooh, I think that's Starfield Vocalist. Crocodile's also sweet. But I want my dubs. I'm also going to scam out Grief, dropping this Ripples of Undeath. I already have enough cards in my graveyard. Inferno to Star Mounts and Lightning Bolt. I'll hit Inferno. This dies and then comes back, and then I can hit Lightning Bolt. Good ol' Evoke. Evoke's great with this. Evoke, Warp, anything that is a cast where you're kind of cheating the cost works really well with this commander. So they have tons of mana. The Fanatic of Ronas. Ooh, and then a Rennie off the top. They're going to look and get another dragon. Assuming there is what they whiffed. There was not a dragon in the top 8 cards of their deck. That's rough. Morpin. And, yeah, then I'll bounce some permanents and swing for lethal. GG. Saheeli Sublime Artificer. Casting non-creature spells makes 1/1 tokens. You can also turn those tokens or any of your artifacts into other artifacts. I'll keep this hand. I've got double blue for a mana drain, or I guess we could set up for some ornithopting. Just draw a card. Ooh, Grim Lavamancer. Nice. I'll play my Ornithopter of Paradise. Get my ramp on. Maybe they'll self-mill well enough that this will be able to kill it. Flame Slash. Oh yeah, this just got added as part of the surprise anthology. Should probably hold up the mana drain. I say, playing Fibblethip. He's a good little homunculus. Third Path Iconoclast. Very similar to Saheeli, making these artifact tokens. Yeah, should, will, it's all good. I could make them discard, but I think I'll go for Undead Butler and holding up the mana drain. I milled 1 creature, so that's good. So I have 2 now in the graveyard. I milled 3 lands. At least I have 3 lands in the graveyard. I'm going to try to mana drain Saheeli. I have a couple ways to stop, go wide. But the reason I want that mana drain to go off there is so I can cast the crab. Or Prototype X-8. And then a crab. I don't have enough mana for that. Well, I do, but I'd have to sacrifice this, which is not what I crave. Behold the crab! A subtlety. Put it to the bottom. And now they also have Lavamancer mana to do that thing. You want to kill a guy? Who you killing? Sir Buttlesworth. The Forge Fire could come back from the graveyard for me. Goodbye, the crab. I know. Or the crab. Yay! 5 mana now! Thank you. Saheeli in play. Making more soldiers.
We'll create great things, you and
I guess I could play Prototype X-8. It sure does die to a Braid. Or I could hit them with the City Stalker, or try to smack that. I gotta go City Stalker here. They dropped a Warmaker gunship. Huh. Alright. I'm gonna shock that in, because I do plan on doing some recycling here. I need number go down. Excellent. Very good. Hostage taker. I'm gonna try to grab that Grim Lavamancer for myself. Come here. Come here. Does this deck have Starfield Vocalist? Sure does. It's actually one of the cards that works best with Prototype X8 because you can get it out for just 2 mana by warping it, having the warp die, and bringing that out. Okay, so they're actually going to Lightning Bolt in response, so I do not seal the Lavamancer. Leaving them with 2 mana, or sorry, 2 cards in graveyard and 1 mana, and you gotta kill the Connoisseur. Only have 1 card in hand. Alright, Prototype X8. I'm gonna go for Jill over Observer because they only have 1 card in hand. And with the OG, I think I will bounce this Lavamancer so it can't kill Jillium. And I'll hit the make them cast that again. Sure, it'll make another token for the Iconoclast. Why not? The more mana they have to spend, the more likely I'll have things to hit with the Cackling Observer. Here comes Saheeli. A Signet? Ah, they're able to cast everything from hand. Alright, so I'd have to, like, bounce things into hand and then make them discard it, which I don't quite have the mana for. I could make Prototype X8 unblockable and just, like, smack into Saheeli. Or I could do the thing that the deck wants to do, so I'm going to evoke Muldrifter, which means for 3 mana, I get 4 cards drawn on a 2/2 flyer. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait a turn for that one. That sounds good. Trying to decide if I want to, like, bolt this in for an impending here, since there's nothing for me to hit in hand. Or just play Frog. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop that down as a Frog. Here's a second Frog. The more things I play while Prototype X8 is out, the better it is for me, since there's not really a point for me to attack there. The better it is for me because it means there's more creatures in my graveyard. Thoughtcast! It has affinity for all these tokens. They get another token, and they draw 2. Robot. Aww. It's no Frogmite, but it'll do. It'll do. Next turn, we Harvester of Misery. It'll kill everything except for him. But that's fun. GG. Sliver Weftwinder. This is my first time I've matched into one of these. Sliver Weftwinder is going to be warping in slivers and making slivers in their deck. Unlike things like the first sliver, this actually makes you play slivers, putting them into your deck and then having them draw you more cards and make you more slivers. And they pull from every single sliver that's in Arena. The good, the bad, the random, the ugly. So yeah, 5-color slivers. But now, with real slivers! 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I need another land? I will take one because I have a 2-drop and some 4-drops here. And I imagine they're also like, I don't know, they've probably got some ramp and some just other good 5-color stuff in their deck. I would actually say that, like, you can play good stuff and then only a couple actual slivers in your deck with this. Because the Sliver Weftwinder will be putting the slivers in. Something notable, though, you cannot warp from the command zone. I know, you just can't. I played a Halia deck, and it specifically says from hand for warp. I feel like they could make it so you could warp from the command zone. Say hand or command zone. But they didn't. Alright, we're milling. I will pay for this. And get the wash away. And they know about the wash away. It's there. But they're at 5 mana in all the colors. I have not that. Skyclave Relic, they're ramping. I mean, I could certainly grab that mana drain too, but I think I have a couple cards in hand. I'm good. Let's have this Urtai ready to rumble. I will counter this. They can play it again next turn. No. So many lands in hand. Stormdrake, Strix, Mox. I really shouldn't be playing more life, but I'm almost at prototype X-8 in this spell. So I'm going to hold my Urtai. And then next turn, I should be able to prototype X8 and make them double discard. So they have so much mana. And I'm out here being a no-fun nanny. I'll counter Sliver. Hey, a Sliver from their deck. Nice. Yeah, mill a creature. Nice. Decline, Tower, Prototype X8, and a City Stalker Connoisseur. The vampire dies, returns as an artifact. And the cards that were the most expensive 2 cards in her deck were Sliver Overlord with fancy, fancy art and Day of Judgment. Well, I guess I'm glad the Overlord's not in their hand anymore. That's good. And here's the Sliver Weftwinder. I wonder if they'll warp a Sliver from their hands. They have 3 mana. They don't want to shuffle, though, because that would shuffle away the card in their top 10. What do we got? What do we got? Forge Fire. Chitinous Crawler's also amazing. But I want to do a cool little thing with this cool little thing. Where I pay 3 mana, but I get the full cost. And I will also pay 1 and discard one of these lands. I have too many lands. It's a wee little trick. Swing in with both of these baddies. They're shuffling. I don't trust like that. Discard a card. I have too many lands in hand. Get this thing out of here. Dang, playing Demir just turns into stop the commander. Rough. The Weftwinder returns. But they have so much ramp in their deck that, like, they're able to keep playing it. I'll grab any creature from my grave, take out their blocker, swing in for lethal. Ashnod, Flesh Mechanist. And me with a very, very self-milling hand. I do have a creature I can discard. Eventually, maybe I'll have 2 blue mana for this. But for now, it looks like we're going to be causing some ripples. Staring at an orb. Ashnod will be attacking and sacrificing things, making power stones, and typically then using said power stones to cast big, scary artifacts. Do they play a little guy to get sacrificed? No, but they're playing something that will make little guys for them to sacrifice on future turns. I take 1. Look at me getting double blue already. I actually kind of like grabbing that gnawing vermin here. I'll pay 3 life for that. Come here. Come here, you sweet little bug-a-bug. I mill. Nice, and I milled another creature, so prototype X-8 costs 6 right now. They're reanimating my Shuldred, which kills my gnawing vermin, which I guess in turn kills Ashnod. Heck. Ties. I'll drop a swamp here. None of that. Nope. And I'm actually not waiting on this. I'm just going to put Shuldred back in my hand. I did get some really good milling, though. Yeah, prototype X-8 now costs 4 mana. Now costs 3 mana. Now let's just go, like, full steam ahead, self-mill. Prototype X8, followed by Stitcher Supplier. It's going to mill 3, die, mill 3, re-enter, mill 3. We're going to mill 9, and also get another copy of it in the graveyard. So now I think Prototype X8 will just kind of cost 2 mana, which is exactly how much I want it to cost. But I think I'm going to discount it even more. Because I can. Orb! We're both milling. The thrill of the mill. Am I able to flip Shuldred after they conjure an artifact copy? Yes, because the artifact copy is exactly the same, except it's an artifact. Oh, they see the writing on the wall. They know that playing Ashnod just gets her sacrificed to Shuldred. They don't know about this crocodile, but there's a crocodile in their future, too. GG. Hearthal, the World Seed. Hearthal can sacrifice lands, draining you as it does, but you have to station to get there. The first station, pretty cheap. Lets you get additional lands, sacrifice lands, draw cards. But the second one, you'll need 8 power put into that creature. Well, station, in order to turn it into a creature. Spacecraft? Spacecraft. Let's get a creature into the graveyard. Looking for the Surveillance since I don't actually have anything else I'd want to do on this turn. Oh, I could hold this Bitter Triumph. That might be good. Yeah. Nice. Wary Zone Guard's going to let them get that back. Maybe I should have held that Bitter Triumph because this is sweet ramp. Now they have all their colors even. Hooray, colors. I'm just going to kill this now. I could discard a card to kind of like add to my graveyard count, but I don't have a lot of like card advantage-y cards in hand. So I'll throw that back. Throw my life total back. Yum yum. Soul of Windgrace, again going to get lands from the graveyard. Could even grab mine. I have a swamp in there. They have twice as much land as me. Use Overlord. Start just counting down. Get full cast Grief. I'll do that. Mm-hmm. Yes. Excellent. Terrifying. All of these are problems. I think I'll hit Prime Time. Even though it leaves them with a pretty nice double spell next turn. Oh, and they top deck a bug! I only have one board wipe in this deck, but I do have 2 creatures that are able to kill armies of Scoot Swarms. I'll take 5. Play that as a creature, but I think I'd rather cast 2 critters this turn, starting with the Undead Butler. Come on, discount my prototype. That's 1 more creature in the graveyard. Oh, no, 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 no! Because no card was exiled and they used that first, they actually made it so they will not get a card off that creature dying. Here comes Hearthal. And a Farseek that's going to make a whole bunch of Scoots, which are great at piloting spaceships for some reason. So many bugabugs. Station. Station. Also, this does have haste, so, like, if they fully station it, they can swing with it. Why do some of these look different? Because the copies depend on what causes the copies if it has an alt art on it. I know that's weird, but that's how it is. Yeah, they're lore accurate bugs. I'm gonna double block Soul of Windgrace here. There's nothing in my graveyard that would, solve this issue. I'll still put, like, Muldrifter back in hand. I know I'm reducing my prototype count, but, like, Prototype is not going to be what I'm using here. This next turn is Garuda and hope for a crocodile. Or, yeah, it would have to be the crocodile, since I think that the Arc Fiend is even mana or odd mana costed. Who knows? Maybe they have Massacre Worm in their deck, and I'm gonna hit it right here. No, but I do get to mill too. I don't think I'm gonna live through this. Too many bugs. Somebody's asking if I think Hardfall is too strong. No, but I think that Jund Landfall, which is the archetype that they are playing, is very strong. And with early ramp, it's an incredibly, like, fast, consistent strategy. Scoot Swarm, that's a way to win. Like, they had that wary zone guard. There's a lot of different threats, and Hearthfall's just one of them. GG. 10,000 bugs. It is Vivi. Vivi will be getting huge, dealing direct damage to me, generating a ton of mana, and generally being a menace. I was looking for some removal here, but I'll take Self-Mill. Self-Mill is good too. And before they could have mana up for a Stifle. I'm gonna crack open this and surveil. Land. I could actually use a 4th land since I have some 4-drops in hand. Venser. If this was a creature, I'd be throwing it straight in the trash. Orb or Ripples. This early, Ripples is going to do more, since it will be milling 3. This would only have milled 2. Nice! I got Wash Away. Do I want to grab any of those? Not really. Not worth the mana. Not worth the damage. So I'm still able to hold the Wash Away here. Well, Vivi, you want to come down? I'm definitely not suspiciously holding up 1 mana. Okay. It passed through to their end step. I didn't put a stop, so I wasn't able to tap my land. Okay. I don't think I need both mill engines, but sure. Oh, nice. Chitinous Crawler's going to be online, too. Do I want to grab one of those? I mean, yes. But no. I feel like just, like, throwing their blue mana source back into their hand. I'm going to play Aether Channeler and just draw a card. Perfect. I know what I want, and it's double spells. Nice. More in my graveyard. More. Mill more creatures. Okay, that's 1. I will pay 1 and 3 to get this island. Play Solemn Simulacrum. And I'm just double checking to see if I have my my potential loop in the graveyard. I don't, not right now. Hi, Vivi. Vivi still has 1 mana to spare off that. They didn't use it. We mill, we mill, we mill. No, I'm good. Thank you so much. It was very kind of you to offer. Prototype X-8. And I'll pass the turn. See what they do. If nothing. Is Scraps looking? Why is she looking? I would love a little bagel. Oh, thank you! I'm gonna throw Vivi back in their hand and the Sapphire thingy back in their hand. Ooh, they're protecting. Boop. Food for me! I still have 2 mana. Shocking. Still 2 mana. We're milling, we're milling, we're milling. Declining. Chitinous Crawler. Second Chitinous Crawler. Get myself a handy-dandy swamp. And let's see, what 4-drop am I craving? Ooh, or do I want big Forge Fire? And I could bounce. Gonna restart Vivi's mana. And by the way, casting from graveyard still totally counts. We love a little self-mill. GG. Sagan Raider Warlord has first strike, can give all your other creatures first strike, and is going to grow your attackers based on the number of first and double strikers you have. I should say he has double strike. Yeah. It's all based on speed, though, and this hand, not the fastest, but I am going first, and hopefully I'll be able to keep pace with Sagan. Sagan's a tricky card, though, since, well, you play a first striker first, you get the speed up. There's even ways that they can start their engines before having Sagan come out. Dinosaur Murder Party. It's a really good card. I'm glad I have a way to get a creature in the graveyard on turn 1, and then ramp on turn 2, ramp on turn 3. At least I didn't play a turn 1 critter. Alright, Troll of Khazad-dûm. I'll grab the swamp. I have other fix in there. Talisman. Mind Stone. Got some choices here. I actually kind of like Chitinous Crawler and just like duplicating this in my graveyard to discount Prototype X-8. Since this is not a very good blocker, this is a 4/4, which is a better blocker. Alright, creature in my graveyard has been duplicated. They're reading it. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're both playing Weird Alchemy stuff. Eventually, I'll be able to cast permanents from my graveyard. And they are still cast, which means I can double them with Prototype X-8. They're missing the third color. There we go. Oh, like third colored mana if they wanted to play Sagan. I might just go for killing the Chitinous Crawler, though. They do have Sephiroth stuff going on. Good for them. I wonder if they're, like, trying to pick between removal and an aggressive play. Sagan. Now, I have to be careful about, like, fetching lands on their turn. Play the Solemn Simulacrum. Grab a land, Flooded Strand, doing it now for the exact reason I just said, which is I don't want their speed to go up. Surveil. It is a nice creature because it's kind of like a board wipe with Prototype X-8. I'm going to still put it in the graveyard. And then I will duplicate the Harvester of Misery. 2 pairs. Yeah, picking myself a Talisman. Also a way to make their speed go up if I do it on their turn. We've all made the mistake of, like, holding a fetch land too long against a speed deck. Ooh, Dracosaur. If they want to swing in here, like, we could trade. I don't know. We could. I don't know if you wanna, but, like, I wouldn't mind. I'll play Prototype X-8. An acquisitions expert. This will make a copy of it in the graveyard since it's killing the original and cloning it. Calling my graveyard a Balatro game, thanks. I don't have any 1-drops, right? No. Bathory. And I'll copy this. And I'm now able to cast permanents from my graveyard. I just don't have the mana to do it. They've got Fury. They've got a Vista. And I think that Fury is going to take out the Chitinous Crawler. They also got a Dinosaur token. Thanks, Bonehorde Dracosaur. Yeah, if you got removal, you can take that out. Dracosaur will also speed up. Dark Ritual. What do you need a Dark Ritual for? What's that mana for? Crawler down. Are you killing my prototype? Oh no. At least I could replay it, but I wanted to attack with it. Though with the amount of first strike they have, I might not actually be able to attack through. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, going to make our non-creature spells cost more. No, my ripples. Got bopped in the air. Oh, it's just like top deck something really awesome. I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. Ripples. This is something I can block with in the air, and it will add to my graveyard count. And I will still play this Urborg, even though it does help them out a little bit with their fixing. Pass a turn. They found a Cold Steel Heart in a Temple of Silence, which is a Temple of Scrylance. They look at the top card of their deck and put it to the bottom of their library. Yeah, I made it into a Thopter robot. It's different somehow. Don't worry about it. For honor. For fury. Sagan swinging in? Just these guys. Like, Prototype X-8 costs 2 mana, so I'm willing to trade with it. But pizza? Pizza. I'd also kind of like blocking with this. I'll let your speed go up. I don't know what you got, but I'm going to maintain my Robothopter. Just the Cold Steel Heart. Cool. Still have 3 mana, since that Mind Stone 2 treasures. Cavern of Souls. That's not what I crave. What do we got? Ooh. Yes. So tragically, this will not give me, like, an advantage of removing the creatures. It would still get rid of 2 of them. Probably Thalia, Sagan. They replay Sagan. It's still probably worth doing. Or I can go with the Tackling Observer, which would hit their hand and cut them off. Let's do it. I only have 10 life left. It's fine. We want... The card is going to go away because the creature is exiled. So whatever I want to permanently remove and not give them another card in hand. Is going to be the second pick. Okay, Jawbone, go for the throat. Okay, I'll hit go for the throat. Oh, hey, all my stuff is artifacts. That's why it's not doing anything there. That makes sense. You're getting still great card advantage off that. Aw, Triumphant Adventurer, more first striking. Yeah. And I go for the throat tech called Everything I Have is Robots. Oh god, Tajik. I need that harvester back. You guys swinging in? Yeah, I have blockers, but not that many blockers. Their speed will go up. Kind of no matter what I do. And then I die. I'm trying to think if there is a way for me to stay alive here. I don't think there is. Tajik's too huge. Everybody's too huge. Who knows? Maybe I'll draw the perfect card. It's Phyrexian Tower. Nope, that doesn't get me there. Sagan. It's aggressive. GG. Val, Maroon Surveyor, gains you life when you hit her triggers. And she has a lot of different ones. Whether it's discovering, investigating, scrying, surveilling, or seeking, she deals a damage to your opponent and gains herself a life. This is an easy way to build up damage, especially because she's a 2-3 with Vigilance, or start an infinite combo with Treylasara, an easy card to search out and put into play. I'm going to pay lots of life. Ow. You give me a turn 1 Ancient Tomb, I'm going to play turn 1 Ancient Tomb. Hi, Esper Sentinel. Just keep paying life. City Stalker Connoisseur discarded the most expensive card in their hand, which was War of the Last Alliance. Oh, yup, somebody is trying to tutor for their combo. At least it's not food chain combo, but it still is a lot more consistent than I'd like it to be. How much life am I willing to pay? A good amount. As another tutor. Man, this sucks. Just playing like Stop the Tutor over here. Yeah, I mean, I got the crazy ramp start. But this person is, I will say, the full combo variant of Val. Since I know I'm gonna die all at once, I'll just get done what I can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I decide between Atris, Save My Life, or Shuldred. Take out Sentinel. I'm gonna go for Atris for now. Give me 2 piles. Replicating Terror and a mystery card. Oh, I hope it's a creature. Ah, Damnation. That's fine. Swinging in with these. Tursa, able to recast things from graveyard eventually. They discard and draw. Hey, you want to trade? Role playing Brawl. Role playing Vol, I see. Tapping. Shouldering. Replicating terror. I ain't paying the one. Enjoy your card. And here's something that's a little troublesome for me. That shifting woodland could actually become a copy of War of the Last Alliance. They did not do it there. They would have needed to have the timing right at the start of their turn, like put an upkeep stop. But that would have given them the tutor. I just have to kill them first, though. They only have 5 life left. They haven't really damaged me. I have mostly been damaging myself. And they got, with no tutors, Trey Lasara. Now, can they discover, investigate, try, surveil, or seek? They can get a 2-cost card. It's another tutor. They can't? What do you mean you can't? You have no green creatures that do any of those things? Oh. Guess not. Alcus Proft Master Sleuth. It's a control deck. And it's a deck that will play this, draw a bunch of cards, gain a lot of life, but also wipe the board, play to fairies, counter my spells, all the things you would expect in a Zorius control deck to do, because that is what it is. Use this Scalding Tarn to surveil. They had a Gemstone Caverns. Okay, Perforator Crocodile. Putting that in the graveyard to reduce Prototype X8's cost. It's also not that helpful of a card against a Prof deck. I use Arcane Signet for some ramp. Yeah, I'd say one of the tough things against this kind of deck is also that Prototype X8 is a very high-cost card, and they are almost certainly running Mana Drain. It hurts. Do I feel like setting up this? Yeah, I do. While I think they're unable to counter it, I release my orb. I could have also Cackling Observer to observe their hand and exile a card from it. Okay, snail and land. Yay! Creatures in the graveyard! It's not that much, like, damage, but it's not about the damage for this deck. It's about the cards in the graveyard. Using the Navigation Orb to ramp. Here comes Proft. And I will observe. What do you have in your hand? You have a free spell of some sort. I can tell because it's hanging here. What is it? Pact of Negation? Okay, it was a subtlety. I'm gonna drop this Temporal Manipulation. It is now removed from the game permanently. And I will kill Proft, because I have little respect for this man. And he's gone. Okay, great. Orb? Mill some more critters for me. A Loner and Ripples. It's like, I feel like they might actually let me draw here. We'll see. Nice. 6 mana. All gone to the grave. Also, Kiora is now approaching giant sea monster status. Like, good for her. We know they have a variety of counter spells, so I'll start by swinging in with this. You want to flash out Subtlety just to block? No? Okay, that's fine. And I'll play Atris. You could serenade him. Sing me a song. Now they're going for the Subtlety. Gonna put it on top of my deck, and they will know that it's there for the purposes of Palantir. May I have my Atris back? Thank you. Finale. For X equals 4, they draw a bunch of cards. And I believe they have no maximum hand size, or is that only if you do it for 10? Okay, only if they did it for 10. Ooh, okay. Prototype X-8. Double Kiora. Oh no, Kiora died. Rip, let's filter. I feel like I have enough of this. Like, okay. I'll swing in. This will get them, just a card that costs less than 5 in hand. Oh, Speedbrute Stalker, my beloved. Eventually it'll be useful. Gimme. Who knows? Maybe I can get them to just, like, die to their ancient tomb. Oh, right, but I Urborged. Wrath of God. The creatures die. Oh, no. Rippy Peppies. Come on back. Why are you looking at my cards? They're good cards. You're just jealous. You're just jealous of my orb. I understand. I would also be jealous of an orb. They discarded to hand size? Okay. Land. Prototype X8. Mm-hmm. Prototype X8. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Actually, I'm exactly the same strength. But emotionally, I feel stronger. Okay, this time they're exiling it. But I gained a bunch of life. And now Palantir keeping me in this game. I am 100% sure this is going to be relevant. Who's ready to make some uncounterable Roboctopi? Actually, I might name Demon. There's a bunch of demons in the deck. I think 3 of them. One of them already died, though. Rip. Oh, you're an imp, not a demon? Ah, whatever. You're a demon to me. They consult the star charts. Digging deep. Leaving open board wipe mana. Bird, get him. Get him, bird. Divine Purge? No! My orb! However, cannot stop and will not stop. Both players get milled. Oh, okay. I whiffed. But I did fill up my graveyard, which is good for me. And I also milled a farewell and a wash away, which is good for me. A confounding conundrum. I'll thin my deck. You stifling my fetch? Funny. Oh, a human? You're not using it for that, are ya? Okay. They ultimate, which ends the turn. Atris. Down to 9 life. thanks to the power of damage to themselves. What is that? Prairie Stream. Okay, counter spell. Prototype X-8. Return to me, my giant Roboctopus! Hi, Proft. You wanna die? Of course you wanna die. You love dying. All you know is death. I will start with Jill. 1 jillion Jillums. Thought they would have ultimated with Orb on the field. They probably drew it after. That's my guess. Are you gonna counter it? Before I go for my jiggle and double jills? I've actually won a pretty good number of games off like Jill flipping and just making the 8/8 unblockable. I've been considering putting in like Shadow Spear too to just like offset all of the like life pain. All right, Proft, your move. You could draw a card off your clue. If you got spells in hand, you could cast them. Or you could rope. I know you're here. Okay, here's Jill. Start by bouncing Proft. He's stuck in his mind palace. And he would be. Hi, Robo Jill. I'll swing for 8. Take them to 1. And then try to get this orb back in play. Orbs. Tithed. Funny. Okay. We're waiting. Ugh, get a load of this guy. The fairy hero of Dominaria. You gonna tuck my prototype? Back to the command zone. Hey, Proft. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna hope they don't have removal here, and yeah, let's stock and roll. No, you didn't like that pun? Why not? You can't even hear it. Guess what I'm picking? It's Proft. And if they weren't at 1 life, I'd probably like mess around and like choose the other one. But no, I'm gonna choose the one that stops me from attacking so I can't attack in, and Jill will deal lethal damage. Out of here, Proft. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. This deck is real cool, and it took me a bunch of, well, reworking because something came up when I was playing this deck. I actually pre-built this deck based around it working the way that it's worded on the card. It does not work the way that it is written on the card. It is actually a reflexive ability. There is a hidden line here that says, whenever another creature you control enters, if you cast it, sacrifice it. If you do, conjure a duplicate of it onto the battlefield. Those "if you do" is what is missing on the card, but that is apparently how the card was intended to be implemented into Arena, and that is how it works, which unfortunately means that you don't get quite as much value off of the Marauder cards, the Accursed Marauder, the Plague Crafters, so I took some of those out of the deck, but still kept a bunch of the cool mono black cards instead of just making this into another blue blink deck. You've seen plenty of those. I didn't even put Thassa or Ishtola in here because I don't need to blink, not when I can fill up my graveyard and mill my way to victory with cards like Sir Conrad. I think this deck is really cool. I like the way that this works. I wish that it worked in a way where you could like sacrifice the creatures to other abilities and still get the robot clone. You can't. That's all right. It's still a really rad deck. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you had built Prototype X-8, let me know what you put into it. There are so many different good enter the battlefield abilities that it's hard to just pick a few. And it's also trying to like find the right balance of self-mill to get prototype X-8 discounted, doubling effects and other synergy with the commander, and just generally good cards is really tough. Like, do you put Rusco in there because he clears out your graveyard, which is bad, but in general, he's a really good card and he helps you ramp. There's a lot of things to consider when you're building this deck. And also, there's a bunch of other cool alchemy cards that I will be building around in the next couple days. We've got Val, we've got Thendar. I'm not sure if I'll build all of them. I think there were 5 different legendary creatures and 1 spacecraft that was in the alchemy set. But if you want to hear more about those cards, there's actually a video on the Magic the Gathering Arena channel that I made that explains all the new cards that are part of alchemy. We also got, surprise, and I mean this as actually it was a surprise, a bunch of other cards added into Arena on this Tuesday. They're here, and we get to play with them. Some of them are, yay, I'm happy to see, like the Talismans and Signet Cycles. And some of them are like, I don't know why they added this in Raphelos. They put Raphelos in Arena. Why'd they put Raphelos in Arena? I just don't know. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.